We talk. Hey, you made it. Take a breath. This is your moment. Right here, right now. We talk big dreams, small steps, real days, messy hearts, and finding our way. Welcome to this big life, where the little things change everything. Pull up a chair, press play. Let's groove, let's live, let's live. Yeah, this big life.
Hello and welcome to the very first episode of our fabulous podcast, This Big Life, with myself, Siobhan from My Fab Curvy Life, and
myself, Nicola Moran Celebrant.
she's so calm and I'm so...
I know.
Yeah.
We actually looked back at the first little preview that you saw on Spotify. Those of you who've tuned in, thank you so much. And it looked like I was the mammy and she was the bow child.
I was the most child.
She just in there. Was
And thank you. We did get a few questions, didn't we? Already?
we
Yes.
did,
So
yeah.
thank you
So
for
thank
that.
you.
So don't forget to keep emailing us. If you have any questions, if you have a topic that you'd like us to talk about, anything good, bad or indifferent, you can email us on thisbiglife@yahoo.com. So I got it right that time. Do you notice that?
That's because she has it written down.
Yeah, because I have it wrote down in front of me.
There'll be no cod me now. No cod me.
No.
Anyway, I hope everybody is well. And thanks for tuning in. So basically, as we said in our intro, this is a little podcast for anyone who's feeling a little bit lost in life, or maybe who wants a little bit of inspiration, or who wants to chat about style, life, family, grief, clothes, whatever. It doesn't matter. We are two... Well, I won't say ordinary people. We're fairly extraordinary women.
Yeah,
in
we're
fairness.
extraordinary. We're a bit out there.
We do what we do and we do it well.
Yeah, we're a bit out there.
And we have lived life a little bit and we feel like we have something to give. So that is the reason behind this.
And we're quite open
podcast.
about things.
Yeah, some maybe a little bit more open than others. Yeah.
Okay, there isn't a topic that we won't cover, I don't think. We can talk about, we might skim around a few, she's a bit prude.
Such a prude.
She is such a prude. We might skim around a few topics, but there isn't anything really that's kind of off topic. So don't forget to send us in those emails, those questions. And if you can't email us for whatever reason, doesn't make a difference. My Fab Curvy Life and Nicola Moore Celebrant. You will see our pages. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Certainly send us a little DM. You like that in there, Neil?
I do. I love that. I've been waiting.
Yeah, send us a little DM there or a message or whatever way you want to communicate with us, and we will get back to you. No problem at all.
So basically, well, for those who don't know, we're going to tell you who we are starting.
Who we are.
Yeah. So obviously, Siobhan and Nicola. And Siobhan and I met almost 3 years ago. Siobhan was a manager in a shop that I went to work part-time in. And we worked together for that little couple of years and we enjoyed working together. And that's why we decided to come back together to work on this little project. Because we have good crack together and we have...
We'd many laughs.
Yeah, we'd many laughs.
Yeah,
we had good crack. Yeah,
we kind of put the world to rights.
We did, yes.
Yeah,
every morning the postman used to go to the post and he'd say, what are you at today? Put the world to rights. And yes, we were. So we really, really enjoyed it. And we finished up working together last year in September. I went in September, Siobhan left in October. It was just the best decision for us and going forward for, you know.
Sometimes you have to, you know, it isn't always your timing or when is the right time anyway. You know what, when is the right time. There isn't a right time. So sometimes an opportunity hits and you know what, you either sink or swim, and I suppose
I'm still swimming.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely treading water without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
But I treaded well.
Yeah, you treaded well.
I treaded well, yeah, definitely.
We decided just for our own, I suppose, for our own confidence and our own mental health, it was the best thing for us to just step away and to find our own feet again in life. And we did that. And it's not always easy. Nope. Sometimes safety is the best thing and we take the safe option, which might be the best option for us. And so this time we decided not to take the safe option and we decided to step away for our own good.
You know, and that's what it's about. And you know, sometimes we need that confidence in ourselves. We need, like, I always always say, and I've said this to Nicola loads of times, that I could sell you anything. I could sell you any item, any piece of clothing. I could sell some to the Arabs.
Yeah.
But to sell yourself is the hardest thing. So likewise, when you're trying to make a decision about something, or you're trying to do what's best for you, and sometimes that confidence is so low, and you just need somebody, like, even when people say to you, God, you know what, you can do this or that, it takes a little bit of trying to get in there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, so sometimes you just need to give yourself a little kick up the bum.
You need
just
no
say,
friend, Siobhan.
you do.
You do.
You do
a
need
little
no
friend.
friend. No, you
And
definitely
we
do.
definitely found a friend in each other.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
someone that encourages you.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes they'll encourage you. Other times I'll give you a kick up the behind.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
you do like to give a few talks there, like, don't you?
No, don't talks. I give a kick up the ass.
No, she does, and I have to say,
In a nice way.
no, she did, and I will say that there was times definitely I just didn't believe in myself, which was, now I will not say, because I always feel mental health. I don't want to say about that,
No,
you know, but
no.
I don't suffer with mental health. I don't, to be honest with you, and thank God for that. I do think definitely in everyday life we definitely touch that line,
Yeah.
without a shadow of a doubt. Doesn't mean that you're suffering from a lot of mental health. Doesn't mean you're suffering from anxiety. It just means that maybe things are getting on top of you at that present moment in time, and you're dealing with it the best you can.
Yeah. It's like, it's as simple as having good days and bad
Yeah,
days.
exactly.
We all have good days
Exactly.
and bad days.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
you know, our good days were our bad days were outnumbering the good days at
And
that
then you
stage.
have
So
to
then you have to
reevaluate.
kind of
You have to
talk to yourself.
reevaluate.
Yeah, you have to have a little chat to yourself. So we did have a chat with
We
ourselves.
did.
So it brings us on to, you know, to this. This is where we are now. This is, we really feel like we should get out there and put ourselves back out there to the world. We think we have something to offer,
Absolutely.
conversation wise,
Mm.
confidence wise, and the tagline, this big life podcast, confidence through conversation. You can achieve anything through having a conversation with somebody. I mean, you know, life throws so many things at you, but sitting down and talking about it and working it out, acknowledge it, you know, it helps all the time. So, and it does help with confidence in yourself, confidence in what you're doing, confidence in your job, whatever, you know, it's all about
Yeah.
talking. And that's what well, we can talk. We can
Well,
talk all day.
but you know what I think as well? I actually think for kids, even now, younger kids now, they don't talk anymore.
No.
Like, I even see in our house, they text you up the stairs.
Adults don't talk anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Siobhan.
No, like, in fairness, like, but you know what I think? And maybe I'm 100% wrong, but I think actually in primary school, starting from primary school, they should have even a half an hour where you turn to the person beside you and you actually have a conversation. And you know
Yeah.
what? If you sit looking at each other and maybe you've nothing to say, you'll eventually think of something.
Actually,
And I think that should work the whole way up into secondary school.
yeah. Do you know
Then they learn
what?
to talk.
I had a lovely meeting yesterday with a couple, and we were talking about different things. They were saying in through networking, they have this thing called the getting to know you bucket or
Yeah.
box or whatever you want to call it. But it's a little box in the middle of the table, and there's questions in it. So you take out a question, you tell them your name, and then you answer the question. So you go first, and you take out this thing, and there's a piece of paper, and it'll ask you a question like, you know, uh, tell me about yourself, or what's your least favorite thing in life, or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
any question.
Yeah.
There's 100 questions, no specific ones, but it's like an introduction. It's a conversation starter. So it's because it's hard to strike up a conversation. We know that. Well, we don't. We talk for Ireland.
Yeah, well, I'm
But
trying to talk to anyone, would you?
yes, I would. But in saying that, I'm not always confident, because I would go down, we'll say if I went down to the local for a pint and Ben wasn't with me, which is very rare.
Yeah.
But say I went in on my own, I wouldn't go over to somebody and sit in their company. It's very strange. Even though I'm quite confident in general, I wouldn't put myself upon somebody else's company naturally,
But if there
unless
was
you
one
said
person
hello.
sitting there, would you go over and just
No,
sit
I wouldn't.
and talk to one person?
No, I wouldn't.
You see, I
If
kind
they
of,
said hello to me and a
yeah,
conversation built up, yes. Would I go in and sit? You know, some people can go in and go over and like, "Hi, Nicola, how are you?" And I'd be like so awkward because I'd feel like I was intruding. But anyway,
yeah, you see,
it's
if there was only one person there, I would. But if there was a couple of people maybe in a group and I was on my own,
yeah.
no, I don't think I would either, to be honest
Like
with you.
last week, we arranged to meet up right on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
And we're talking about, you know, putting this in place. So we had a couple of meetings and went through a process
Like, we've
to
done a
find
lot
out
of
what
work, lads.
we've done a lot of work.
Done a lot of work. Yeah.
Do you like our intro song, by the way? We'll come back to that
We
in a
love
minute.
that song.
So we met last Wednesday. So you were there first and you were actually early.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
early.
Did you?
It's early.
She's always early.
I'm always early.
Yeah, I'm always late. Not
Yeah,
really. I'm always on time.
No,
But,
she's okay.
but I just happened to have something on. I was late going over, right? And Siobhan was there, and I was thinking, God, I hope she doesn't feel too awkward sitting there on her own.
I didn't feel awkward at all. I just sat there, had a little look through my phone. People watched because I was in the lobby of a hotel. So, no, I didn't feel awkward at all. I have to say,
Yeah.
you know, I'm actually quite good with my own company. Now, ask me to go in for something to eat. That's the thing. I wouldn't go in for something to eat on my own.
What?
No, isn't that funny? I would not. I'd grab a coffee and run, but I wouldn't go in for something to eat on my own.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one. And
Yeah.
it's not, I don't mean like,
I'd sit in a lobby. I'd sit in a lobby and
Yeah.
maybe have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Certainly would. Don't ask me to sit there and eat something on my own. I just think no. And I know that sounds really bad because I often went out places and I've seen like
that's very odd.
even, you know, fellas that will be
Not
traveling
odd,
for
but-
their job or women
Yeah.
that was traveling for job and you'd see them and they're sitting there, they're having their dinner and stuff.
I
And
love a bit of time on my own.
yeah, I like a bit of time on my own. Now, when I was actually going buying and stuff, I actually had my hotel room to myself.
Yeah.
So actually, that was lovely. I loved that.
Yeah.
I love that. But meal times, I'm not so sure. Now,
Yeah.
I've never done it. So, but it's never anything I put my hand up to say like, yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
it's,
would you be like me or would you be like Nicola? Would you go for it? Would
I'd
you
go
not go
anywhere.
for it?
I'd go anywhere. I'd go in anywhere on my own. I'd walk in anywhere on my own. I wouldn't put myself in somebody's company. Like, you know, I'm not saying I avoid people. Do you know what I mean? I'd see you coming around the corner, but I wouldn't feel like, you know, oh, they want to see me coming over and joining them. I'd kind of like just hang back a bit. If they welcome me over and say, come on over and sit down, I'd love to come over and join you because I love a chat. But I just wouldn't put myself upon people, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit weird, but anyway,
Yeah.
everybody has their little.
They have, yeah. And there's
things
things that they will do and
Yeah.
things they won't do.
Eating on my own, no problem.
Yeah,
Bring me
no.
anywhere. I'll just go in and sit down and have me dinner. And I love sitting down. Sometimes when I'm traveling, like with weddings and stuff, I might stop somewhere and get coffee and a sandwich or whatever, you know, if it's a long distance. I'm actually going up to Roscommon on Friday to meet a couple on Saturday, but I'm going nearly to Cayley up in Roscommon Friday night. So I'm going to go there first. But
Under false pretenses, you mean?
yeah, absolutely, 100%. I'm going to enjoy that drive on my own. I'm going to enjoy the time on my own.
I do
I'm gonna
love a
enjoy
drive on
having
my
a
own.
meal. Yeah, I love a drive on my
Mm.
own. But it's just like, you know, everybody's different, and that's really it. So I suppose the whole thing about the podcast is hash out these conversations, everyday things. What makes life work for you? Where do you feel you are? Because sometimes we don't actually know where we fit in, and that has happened to me as well. And it's only in the last couple of years that I've actually can honestly say, yeah, I know who I am and I know what I'm about and I know where I'm going. I felt a little bit lost for a while, and it isn't a good place to be, but you know, you can overcome it with a little bit of, I suppose, a little bit of a push, a little bit of
Sometimes,
help.
do you feel because you're a little bit curvier, do you feel that it's the first thing people notice about you? Like, do you think that's why you're not
Well,
confident?
obviously,
But I genuinely
Siobhan,
think though.
I'm stunning, so there's not that first.
You're not lucky.
And I'm an athlete.
Yeah.
Me and Ben started swimming, so now I'm a blonde athlete. You used to know me when I was a brunette.
No,
Whatever you
I
do,
prefer
I'm
the
a
blonde anyway.
athlete.
I
What?
prefer the blonde.
Yeah, I like the blonde.
I prefer the blonde.
Yeah, I suppose when you are curvier, you do feel there's certain things that do stand out. And one of the things actually, set dancing obviously is one of my big loves. I love going set dancing. If I go to a Cayley and I walk into a room, the first thing that people don't know me, when they see me, they go, Jesus, how is this one going to get around the floor?
Yeah, but do you think
Jesus.
that?
Yeah, no, I know that, Siobhan. People have said it to me. I had an air fella said to me one time, I was actually coming out of a Cayley.
Do you love the
in
neck?
there. I
Do you
love
love
it.
the neck of
I
the air,
think it's
lads?
great.
I love it.
I walked out and he went to me, Jesus, how do you manage? And he looked me up and down like I was a prize heifer in the mart. I'm like, what? I said, are you gone for the first set after the break? And he said, no. Well, I said, yeah, now I'll see you on the floor. Well, by Jesus, I showed him how I manage. The man, every time I go to a Cayley after that, he just smiles when he sees me coming because he knows I will never dance with him again. But he's mad to dance another set. But I showed him how I can move. I can move, Siobhan. And
But
when
you
it's
know,
done-
I think people take it for granted. Like, I genuinely think when people look at people that are bigger,
Yeah.
I think they think we sit all day, we eat all day,
Do nothing.
we don't do anything. Like, I just think there's a lazy element about you.
Yeah.
That's what people think.
That's what people think. Yeah. So not everybody, some people. There is a myth out there. I remember a woman coming up to me one night and she said,
Well, I don't think they realise that actually we're probably fitter. I remember one time.
fitter now.
No,
about
seriously,
people."
no, I tell you. I remember going to the doctor one time. I don't know what I was even going to the doctor for, but anyway, you know, they always bring up the elephant in the room. I remember one doctor saying to me,
Bad choice of words.
no, I I remember one doctor saying to me one time, and she was a big woman, right? She says to me, let's address the elephant in the room. I says, you're talking about me. I says, are you talking about me or you? She says, you obviously. I says, well, if you're not trotting for me, I'll go. And she was disgusted. But you know what? Like, honestly, I just think, like, that's what they think. That's
Oh, yeah, they think you do that. And this woman came up to me one night and she said to me, do you know something? And she was stick thing. She was the size of my left leg. There wasn't a pick on her. And she came up and she said to me, can I ask you a question? She said, how would I put on a bit of weight? Well, I thought you'll lose a head now in a minute if you don't go away from me. But anyway, but it was like, do you know what? There was I looking at her thinking she had this lovely slim figure and she wasn't a bit happy with herself.
No, but you see, everybody has something.
Everybody has something.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. That's it at the end of the day.
Yeah, everybody
Once
has
you're
something.
okay with who you are. And that is all that matters. And it's like really important, like, you know, kind of, I suppose, to know who you are.
Yeah.
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 Me-
So look, let's move on from that because
Yeah.
we are more than that. And that's what, like, this podcast is about a lot more than that.
Yes,
okay?
yes, yes, yes.
So we'll take the number 88
Take the
and move on.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Nicola. Who is Nicola?
Who is Nicola?
Yeah, who's Nicola?
Right, okay. Who is Nicola? Let me see.
Were you always from Robertstown?
Oh, absolutely. It's tattooed on my back. Báilir aboard, Mo William McCree.
Is it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Don't tell me you never seen my You've seen my tattoo.
I've seen your tattoo, but I didn't realise that was Robertstown in Irish.
That is Báilir aboard, Mo William McCree, which means Robertstown, my home, my heart. I was born and reared in the village of Robertstown in County Kildare. I
But
actually
you really
done a
do
lovely
love it, don't you? No, it is a lovely
Yeah,
little
it
spot, in
is. It's a
fairness. It is a
lovely-
lovely little spot.
And
in
it's
fairness.
central to everywhere. It's like only a stone's throw to the motorway, so you can go anywhere in no time. Like, really is the greatest base to have as
Yeah,
a location. It
yeah.
is a great base. But I was born here, reared here, love the area, love where I'm from, very proud to be from Robertstown, love my roots. Who am I? I suppose I'm a small bit of I don't know if you call me a nomad. Even though I love where I'm from, I also love getting out of where I'm from.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, it can feel, because my house is quite small, it's in a small location. I don't have a garden. Me, Ben, the two dogs, we go out for a walk. So I suppose Ireland is our garden. Like, we bring the dogs out for a walk. We get out and we see the world. We see all around Ireland. Traveling with weddings, obviously with one, with set dancing is the other. But yeah, I'm very confident in myself and my ability in who I am. And Ben is one of the things me and Ben actually fell out with. One of the things we fell out with when we met first. I said to him, there's two things I'm very good at. And one was set dancing at the time. Now we're together 10 years now. So I wasn't a celebrant when we met.
And what was the other thing?
And I was actually running a pub. And I said to him, one was being a barmaid and the other was set dancing. And it
Well, I
was
think you could have put third up there talking.
talking. I'm very good at talking. I mean, like, I have to, Siobhan. I'm trying to compete with you, sure. Can't get
Yeah, but
words in.
I don't think I talk as
Luxembourg.
much as you.
You do, yeah.
I think I come in from the background.
No, you come straight in from every angle,
Do
I
I?
tell you. Luxembourg. She didn't get that name for nothing. But yeah, I'd be very confident and I'd have no problem saying to you, yeah, I love who I am. I love what I do. I'm happy in my life. And
Where are you in your family?
I am the second youngest.
I'm the second oldest.
Second youngest.
Yeah, second oldest.
Yeah, there's 4 boys, 4 girls, and I'm the second youngest. There's one boy younger than me. Boy, I mean, like, you think we're kids, but we're all like over 40 now at this stage. So, yeah, the second youngest in the family.
Yeah.
And really, like,
So were
you
you
know,
spoiled?
no, not
Do they look down? She's still now and say, God, she's like nearly like the baby.
who, Mammy and Daddy.
Yeah.
No, quite
Like
the
with your
opposite.
sisters. Like
I
your
often
brothers.
said, no, I would often say, Mammy always said she got me from the Russian army. If there was a log to be lifted or turf to be shifted or a wall to be painted or somewhere to be scrubbed,
You were in there.
it was me that done it.
Yeah, you were in there.
Absolutely. Myself and my other sister, we were literally from one end of the day to the other. When there was anything to be done, it was like, you know, the two of us were brought in, myself and Cody were brought in to paint, scrub, clean or whatever. But you know, I wasn't spoiled. I was brought up well. I was brought up shown like how to mix, mingle. Thanks to my father for the love of trad music. You know,
Yeah.
it's given me the life I have now. And my mother. So actually the question that someone said to me that am I more like my mother or my father? And I always would have thought it was like my father. Because to me he enjoyed life. He enjoyed the crack. But he actually didn't enjoy it as much as Mammy in the
She
sense
enjoyed
that
it more.
yeah, she would have went somewhere quicker Daddy wouldn't leave
Are you
Robertstown.
serious?
Yeah.
And you
Daddy.
know what? When you used to look at the videos of you used to think, yeah, he was fit for anything. Like, he'd
Oh,
definitely
he was
go
fit for
places.
anything, but he wouldn't. He'd be also like, he'd also
He
hold
liked
back.
where he liked.
Whereas Mammy would, if he said to Mammy, look, I'm going to Limerick, which she did, I'm going to Limerick to Katie, you coming? And even though she was in the wheelchair, it was in the car and gone. So I get that
Yeah.
element from Mammy, I think.
Yeah. So
I'd be
always
saying,
up for an adventure.
yeah, always up for the crack. Yeah, definitely, definitely. What about you? Tell me about you then.
What about me? So I was born in Carlow. Not many people know that, but I was actually born in
Scalionator.
Carlow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we moved then to Mulhuddard in Dublin. We stayed there for a few years, and then we moved to Meath. So I was only 8 when my dad died.
Yeah.
Mommy was left pregnant, and yeah, he just took off, and like, what a time for him to take off, really. Like, he
Yeah.
left my mom pregnant, and there was myself, Charlotte, and Harry then as well.
Yeah.
So I was 8, and
She was pregnant.
Mommy
You're not the youngest though.
no. Then Harry, then he's 2 years younger than me, and then Charlotte is 2 years older than me. So 3 kids and pregnant mommy.
Yeah.
So we moved to Dunboyne then in County Meath, and that's where you learned the hard knocks, I have to say to you. Like, when we first moved,
Me, of course you learned the
Yeah.
Mead.
when we first moved to
Comical there woman.
yeah, when we first moved to Dunboyne, bearing in mind my mum was pregnant and probably nearly due at the time, and then there was the 3 of us. So people thought, that in them days, you were called all sorts. So then there was this
Called all
woman.
sorts yesterday.
Well, you know what? Well, that's true too. But like my mum, like, we moved to Dunboyne, people said, "Oh, look, here she is pregnant and she's 3 kids." No, man. So
Yeah.
that was, they didn't think
Yeah, yeah.
maybe, like, we were new to the area, and like your dad was after
They didn't
dying,
think to
or
have the conversation.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So you know what, they came up with their own assumptions and whatever else. But the other thing is, it was hard. It was hard. So you know what, I think I learned from the school of hard knocks. So
Yeah.
from a very young age, I was kind of, I won't say, I definitely think I bluffed me way. Definitely bluffed me way.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I was ballsy,
Yeah.
and a bit ballsy because I had to be ballsy.
Yeah.
So I suppose as life moved on, then I met Willie when I was very young, and
The love of her life.
the love of my life.
Yeah.
I
They're like
met him
2
when we were very
teenagers.
young, and we met in July, and we got engaged at Christmas.
Yeah. How long are
Ooh.
you and Willie together?
We are all together 37 years.
37. I've only got 35 to go to catch up on
We're
you.
28 years married and 37 years.
My God.
37 years.
I feel so
this year.
young.
Yeah.
Even though there's not much
It's
of that
mad,
age
isn't
difference.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That sounds
mad.
mad like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I've lived a life, and he's been like, he's been there longer than I've been single, let's say.
Yeah. Obviously.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so I just, like, he reared me, really. So
Oh,
if there's anyone to blame for
Well,
things
I'm gonna have a
it's
word
his
with him.
fault. It's his fault. He reared me.
I need to have a word with Willie, so
Yeah. So we were
Willie,
very young, and
you're to blame.
we kind of just tibbled about, like, we just ticked along, and I suppose 2 kids growing up, kind
Yeah,
of learned what we needed to do, and away we went, and that was it. Then
Yeah.
moved to Dunshaughlin and had the 2 kids. And
Do you like Dunshaughlin?
do I like Dunshaughlin? It's funny, you know what? Yeah, do I like Dunshaughlin? I live a very private life, believe it or not.
Yeah.
People in the supermarket, like, I remember one time, not so long ago, somebody says to me, like, I never see you up in Super Value. I'd say, well, I'll never go because Willie goes. Like, I
Yeah.
know, like, no, I wouldn't say I'm not a good mixer. I say hello to everybody. I talk to people, like, but I like to keep myself to myself. So
Yeah.
even though I do all the social media and I do all that, I don't think people really know Siobhan.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think. Another time, I remember I was involved with the boxing club very heavily years ago, and now I won't say I did
Cross the
boxing.
line.
No, I definitely didn't do the boxing, but I was. I done all the admin and stuff like that for them, right? But this young fella said to me one night, he said, it was last year, and he says, "Can I get a lift home with you?" I said, "Yeah, no problem at all." I said, "Whereabouts do you live?" He said, "Opposite you." Like, I was a bit embarrassed about that now, I have to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
I said, you know what, like, it's bad that I don't know a child that lives opposite me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it
He's
kinda
in the
gets
club
them.
for all those years, and
Yeah.
I didn't know he actually lived opposite me. Which, you know what, I probably should have known that.
Well, not really. But keep yourself to yourself, and especially like
Yeah.
in
No, I
houses,
love
it's a
being,
bit of
yeah,
a
and I live
yeah.
in a house estate, and I love, and you know what, I love where I live. It's perfect. I say hello, goodbye to all my neighbours, and just in case they're listening to this, and they're all
She
giving out about me.
probably talks to nobody.
Ah, no, I do. I say hello and
Well,
goodbye
she
to
did talk
everybody.
to
I do,
Skinner.
but I like to keep myself to myself
I
private
think
as
everybody
well.
does. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
my own house. I like coming in and I
yeah.
close my
Do
door.
you know
And
years ago you went in for tea and coffee?
yeah,
Like,
no,
I
it doesn't.
don't
No,
know.
it
I
doesn't
don't do that.
happen.
No, no,
That really doesn't happen
no.
anymore. It's so strange, and like, and it's not something you should do every day, but you should do it a little more often.
Yeah,
I
you
actually
should
had
kind of
two
keep.
ladies over.
Yeah.
Yeah, two ladies over last week for a cup of coffee. Last, I don't know what day it was anyway, but I just invited them over. Said, "Come over for a cup of coffee." And you know what? I come over, I think about 10 or half 10, and we're here till 2 o'clock.
But you know what? Do you think people now? That's another thing. Do you think people like? Do you think we're always worried? Like, is the house clean enough? Or whereas years ago
No,
you just went in,
I'm
you
not.
didn't even look.
Some people are. I'm
No,
not.
you didn't even look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
So,
people don't.
but I don't think you do. Well, I
No,
never look
people
at someone's
don't.
house when I go visiting. I just like to go and visit you.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I think people there was that time where it turned into that,
But do you
oh, you
think that's
can't
still
have them
there?
over. A little bit maybe in some places, but if it is, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Get
Well, I
people
think
over
if
for a
you're
cup of
coming to my
coffee.
house to see me house, like you're
Well, forget
fecked.
about it.
Jeez, you could have to bait yourself in the door or something.
Yeah,
Ah, no, there's a pathway in. You'll get in all right.
yeah. You might be back out. The
But you know
biggest
what?
thing in the hand for you.
The kettle will be on. You'll always have a cup of tea.
Yeah, yeah, and
You
it's
might have the dogs barking and all that lark as well. But I mean,
yeah, no, but that's the thing. Like, I mean, we don't converse. We don't sit down and have conversations
no.
like we should, and it's important to connect with people outside of your, I suppose,
So your comfortable zone.
outside your comfort zone. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
important to meet new people, and that's why I'm very lucky with the role I'm in that I do get to meet new people, and I do get to go into places, and I do find out about
What made you do
different
that?
things. What made me do that? Well, in would it be 11 years ago now? My good friend was getting married, my school friend, and he asked me to be witness for his wedding. And it was a same sex marriage, and the wedding was on New Year's Eve. And it was absolutely beautiful. They had a celebrant who done the story, and it was so personal and it was so nice. And they had their two little dogs sitting on their knee.
I think same-sex marriages are lovely. I think
All
they're
marriages
lovely.
are lovely.
No, they are lovely, but I just think there's something lovely about that. It's like, you know what, we've come over a hurdle, like we're actually accepting to everybody now, whereas for a long time we weren't. So I
Yeah.
actually think I nearly think they're more fun.
Uh,
The barriers are down. We've
I
accepted
suppose, yeah, it
everything is.
depends though. So it depends. It does depend on
See,
anything
that's why
except the couple.
she's the celebrant.
Yeah. Yeah, so I went to the wedding. I went to the wedding anyway, I was witness for the wedding, and the ceremony was lovely. It was very personal, and it was very, I suppose, public displays of affection is not something every couple are comfortable with, no matter whether it's same sex or not.
Are
So
you?
yeah, a little bit. Not as much as you and Willie. Jesus Christ, I might get a room. But they had a lovely way about them, and the story was so lovely, and it was a nice way. And I tell you what I liked. I walked my friend up the aisle,
Oh, that was
and
lovely.
his partner sang him up the aisle.
Yeah.
So it was a surprise. So 10 minutes before, Michael said, I'm going to sing him up. Will you walk him up? Like, okay. So I walked up the aisle. So it was a really nice thing to be a part of. And it kind of got me thinking I might like to do that. And then obviously my parents were alive at the time. My mother was wheelchair bound. So time was of the essence to me. I couldn't always go and do
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah. So then I went to another wedding later on. And again, it was the same sex wedding, and it was in a different location. And it was less public displays of affection. It was more, I suppose, less sentimental ceremony, if you know
Okay.
what I mean,
Okay.
for want of a better way of describing. And I ended up sitting beside the celebrant, and I just said to him, I've thought about doing that. And he said, you should. So I started looking into it. Now, at this stage, then I had Ben by my side. So Ben was able to step in so I could go
But
into
I
the
think you're a
training.
natural now, in fairness. I do think you do this. I think there's an awful lot of work to it that people never see.
Yeah.
And I suppose only because I've watched you over the last few years and what it entails and whatever else,
Yeah.
right? I would have just looked at that, took it at face value. So
The half an hour.
yeah, and said, okay, right. So maybe
It's
you
not
want
a
to call
half an
before
hour.
that. No, yeah,
Yeah.
there's an awful lot of work to it. And you're either into that or you're not. Now, for me, I have to tell you, no, thank you. And I laughed when people made the assumption that
You were going to be a
I
celebrant.
was going to be a
No,
celebrant.
I
Or I
couldn't
had
give
done
up.
it on the quiet and not told
She
anyone.
wouldn't have the patience that I have
No,
now. There is a
no.
lot to it, but again, I enjoy that side of it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
that's what I mean.
being,
Yeah.
I like being a part of different stories. I like being, you know, putting myself, because I'd always say to my couples, it doesn't matter what it is, even if it's nothing to do with ceremony, just give me a ring, because you need somebody outside your immediate circle when you're getting married to have somebody to bounce off
Do
of.
you know when I got
Because,
married, my mother gave me away? Now it's very acceptable. But
yeah,
when I was getting married, it wasn't like your mother never gave you away.
yeah,
So no one could understand that. Like I had only one brother.
yeah,
My dad was dead, obviously. So why I didn't get my brother to give me away. Nobody could
yeah,
understand why I didn't get my brother to like. And when I said, I didn't tell too many people, because when I did say it to the obvious questions, who's giving you away, and when I did say it, then Mama's giving me away. It's like your mother's giving me away.
yeah.
Like, and it was such a like.
It's just assumed that it's the man or the man
Yeah,
of the house.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, you see loads of things now.
There
You
is no
see,
right or
there's
wrong
no
in
right or wrong.
ceremony. No,
There's no right or
and
wrong.
even traditions like that, you know, walking you up the aisle, it doesn't matter who walks you up the aisle. You
You can go
know,
up the aisle yourself now.
yeah, I wanted to go up the aisle myself because I wasn't sure whether Daddy had turned up or not.
Yeah, but you did, in fairness.
He did, yeah,
You
in
did.
fairness. The morning of, I handed over a bag of clothes the night before the wedding over to my sister's house, and I said, there you go. I got him like a tracksuit bottoms and a jacket and a t-shirt at Marks and Spencer's, and I said, there you go, that's the clothes for tomorrow. Will you wash them and dress them, or spray him with Febreze and dress them? I don't really care what you have to do, but if you have him ready for 1 o'clock, and if he's ready to go, I'll pick him up. But there was no guarantee he was going to go, but anyway, he did, and thankfully he walked me up the aisle. Now, he shouted out as he was walking me up the aisle, she has the wrong man. But he still walked me up the aisle.
But it was lovely.
But yeah, it was lovely.
It
But
was
there is no right or wrong way. There's no tradition. It's like everything, things, you know, life has changed, you know, the world has changed, and you move along, and I suppose there's no right or wrong way to
Did you ever have
anything.
a day where you regret doing it?
Regret doing what?
Being a
Biggest-
wedding, being a
no.
wedding celebrant? No.
No, there's days I get tired.
Okay.
There's days I get mentally exhausted. There's days I get worn out. There's days it can be a little bit overwhelming, but I never regret doing it
Yeah.
because, you know, the day that I feel overwhelmed or tired or worn out, the next day will
The good
actually
days
bring it
outweigh
back
them.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, I there is no better job for me in the whole wide world, and I know that now.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I think you're very well suited to it as well now, in all fairness.
Yeah, I do love it. So tell me then about you. How did you get into
Modelling, styling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what came
yeah.
first, modelling or styling?
Modelling came first. So a good few people had said to me over the years, you know, you should do modelling. I was always a little bit quirky, a little bit different. Then I remember I got approached and they asked me, would I join an agency? And I said, oh, a modelling agency? And they said, yeah, come to boot camp and, you know, see how
Boot camp?
boot camp. Yeah, boot camps.
Oh, I should go to that.
Oh
learn
yeah,
how
you have to learn how to
walk
walk and
less like a
you know what I
farmer.
mean? And
Yeah.
and to stand
Nothing wrong with
and,
how farmers walk.
and your
It's just not suitable for me.
different stances, your different walks and how you keep your arms in, you don't, march. Oh, there's a lot to it, yeah. Can you keep those books in your head? That is all part of it, like in all fairness.
Really?
Yeah, honest to God, your back has to be straight and all that. So people don't realise that. And the other thing is over the years, what I've learned is plus size models.
Yeah.
So plus size models are different than organ models. So if you turn up to a model casting and you're a gorgeous slim model, right? And maybe, okay, so you have a gorgeous slim model and then you have the slim model, but she's not gorgeous. Okay, or she doesn't have a nice feature, or there's something that's not appealing about her.
Who says?
No, well, I tell you, there's something that's not appealing about her. Okay, so you will be picked, let's say, on maybe your looks. Now, let's be honest here. You will be picked on maybe your looks, okay? Or there's a spark. She's a plain looking girl, but there's a spark. There's something about her, okay? That makes a model, right?
Oh, my head is
okay. So
fried.
wait, I tell you. So that's if you're slim, right? So if you're curvy, right? So for starters, then you have to try and there has to be something a little bit. I had long hair. I had, it was dark. It was quite nice. Do you know what I mean? The other thing when you join an agency, you can't get your hair cut or anything like that. You can't put on weight, lose weight, and none of that. All that is like on a file. So you
I'm
can't go up or down.
exhausted.
Yeah,
already.
honestly. So, but the other thing is, what I found is when you were going to these castings and stuff like that. So you had to go to a casting, you got your pictures taken, they take the pictures, they take your height, they take your weight, they take your measurements, all that, right? Yeah, honestly. So you wouldn't want to be...
Go for a medical.
Yes, you wouldn't want to be shy, in fairness. Like, you wouldn't want to be shy. But anyway, so they do all that. And then what I found, there was an awful lot of girls turned up to castings because they were plus size. not necessarily because they were model material.
Okay.
Okay, so they just presumed because it was plus size, and that
They hadn't done any of the boot camp or the
no,
training
no,
or
but
just
as well as that is like I'm not being smart. We get people that are very pleasant to look at, and then you get people that aren't so pleasant to look at. They're maybe a little paler. No, seriously. But this is what I'm telling you. That's in the
I'm
modelling world.
horrified.
I'm not just saying to you that's across the board though, Nicola. That's how it is. But because we had so many small a shortage of plus size people, let's say, right? When I say shortage of
Oh,
plus size people just turned up
yeah.
and they just thought they'd be cast because they were just plus size.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so you had to be a little bit different. You had to be a little bit edgy. You had to be into this kind of styling. You had to be into fashion. You had to be a little bit, I won't say
So happy I'm not a model.
overconfidence,
I'm so
overconfident,
happy I'm not
but you
model.
definitely had to bluff your way a bit.
Right. Okay. So did you bluff your way?
Definitely.
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 As in what way?
My first job I had, I turned up. I had to, they presumed I had done it before. They didn't know that this was my first time.
Okay.
I watched what the other girl had done because she was actually had done it a couple of times. So I
Okay.
watched her. I
Just
watched her, like I did have a bit of experience in boot camp and getting headshots and stuff like that because you have to have a portfolio and everything, right?
right. Okay.
So I did have a bit of experience in that. But yeah, I bluffed it. And like
Bluffed it as in were
okay,
you confident?
um
Honestly, 100%.
no, I
No.
probably
Why
wasn't.
were you not confident?
Because I was that ballsy girl that had to fight her way for anything.
Yeah.
And I was still that ballsy girl that had to fight my way. So it was a totally different ball game to me.
Okay.
I knew I looked okay,
Okay.
right? I knew I always looked okay, right? I
Mm.
knew I had a bigger body than everybody else because from the time, like I slept through my skinny part. So I was always the biggest. No, I was, seriously.
I'm
You know
so-
when you're in school and you're not even big? Like you're not
I had
even,
a skinny
no,
part.
but honestly, you're not even big when you're in school, right?
No.
So you're not even big, but you're the biggest girl in the class.
When I look back now, I think, Jesus,
I was so
was
skinny.
big on me.
Yeah, no, I often look at that as well. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What was I
If I actually got to stay even that size, I would have
Yeah,
been
yeah.
gone now.
Oh, I'd have been thrilled.
Yeah, but you know what?
I'd be modelling for Victoria's
but yeah.
Secret.
Well, no, honestly, I would say definitely in the beginning, I
But
kind
it
of
baffles me that and it's I know what goes on, right? I know that there is the people that's categorized in how they look. They don't look this way. They're not that way. They're not the other way. But like it just baffles me that how anyone puts themselves into that situation.
yeah. Well,
But you
I
have to,
definitely
'cause
fell
that's
into it. I definitely
yeah.
fell into it.
I couldn't do it.
And
I'd be arrested for assault
once
if
I
someone
fell
told
into
me
it,
I
then
was ugly or didn't fit in or
I don't know. No, there was a lovely feeling. Like it was hard work because I mean, changing those clothes in that length of time, and you were like,
Sean, you see me
shoes.
trying to get into trousers. You see me? I couldn't put on trousers because I couldn't bend my knee. I'd be off the runway. Oh,
No,
Jesus.
honestly, like it isn't as easy as people
No.
perceive it to be. So
There's definitely it's not the easiest job in the
no,
world. It
and
is hard.
I will say that I would say to you definitely, regardless of size, I think models. I think there's a certain amount of confidence, but there is a little bit of bluffing as well there.
Oh, completely.
I
would
think
say,
we have to. I think in general you have to.
yeah.
So from there on came the styling. I done a styling course, and then I used to work with a couple of people, plus size, not all plus size. We done a different wardrobes, let's say spring to summer, so we
Yeah.
changed the wardrobes around. I done personal shopping with people.
And merchandising.
I done merchandising.
I learned about that and all
Yeah.
about stories.
Stories and
Yeah.
all that, and putting them
You know.
together. And you know what? I worked actually when I was 18 when I first started working for a guy, and I have to tell you, by the time I was 21, I was his manager.
Yeah.
I was always ambitious. I was always never afraid to take a chance.
Yeah.
And I will say there's a few I regretted, but I look back and I tick them as, you know what,
Yeah.
it's life experience.
It's life experience.
Life experiences, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where the styling came. And then I used to love when, you started off with somebody, and I'm not talking about people with loads of money because it wasn't people with loads of money. I mean, I went personal shopping with people in pennies,
Yeah.
and that was their budget.
Yeah.
And they were maybe size 22. So you can imagine going in 22 trying to get stuff and pennies at a budget.
So this is what you actually do. You are a
This is what,
stylist.
yeah, I will style people, yeah, definitely. But I'm in retail for years. So I've always
Yeah.
worked in retail. I've worked in boutiques. I've worked in shoe boutiques. That's been my thing for years. That's always been my thing.
Yeah.
Like even like
Well, I mean, you love your old bit of style, Siobhan.
do,
I do.
yeah.
I love me style as
Yeah,
well.
I
Now.
do,
I
I
love.
have to say.
I have to say, I do love me style, and I do love dressing up. But this woman will bring everything to like when she goes on holidays. It's I'd say 2 suitcases just for her.
I do, but you know what?
Shoes to match
Yeah, and the
every day.
jewellery and
Oh,
the
and the
bits and
jewelry
bobs.
and the handbag for the different. I'm like, throw in an old dress that I can wash and dry in a swimming house.
I'm
and
not
I'm
good with
happy.
handbags now, would you know that? Like years ago, I
No.
used to go on holidays and I'd come back with 10 handbags.
Yeah.
Now I don't even do that. It takes
That's
me.
probably
It
because
takes
there's
me.
no room and probably will
Well,
would have
probably
to
like,
build a second house.
but it
to
probably
show you.
it takes me about 2 days.
I couldn't.
No, seriously.
It took me 6 months to shop and go back for the last holiday. Every day I was talking to her, she was, got that for me holidays, got that for me holidays, got that. And then you ended up not going because Willie got injured.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I think I got some bits out of
Yeah.
that suitcase actually.
Do you
Quite
like
good.
the stuff was in the suitcase and
I
then
know.
I opened it. Remember when we were going? And then it says here,
Yeah.
you can have this.
But like when I went on holidays, I went on holidays last April, right? I think I brought 7 dresses, one for every day. And I was actually going to a wedding out there as well. I brought nothing extra. Like
Yeah.
totally opposites here.
Yeah.
But it's a thing, like that's your thing.
Yeah,
Those are your thing.
Yeah, clothes is my thing. Definitely. I like to think that. Well, I like to try to look well, and I have to say to you, a lot of people to say to me, like, even when Shane was going to primary school and Micaiah was only a baby, and I used to have Micaiah then, like within an inch of her life, I'd have the hair done, the little boots to
Yeah.
match the dress, the whole works, right? People say to me, "You must have been up a cockerel," and no, I wasn't, but I just had a routine. I had a
Yeah,
system
yeah.
that I got up, I got sorted before I done her, and you know, what I mean, it was just my whole life was since I got going, let's say,
Yeah.
was a routine and a bit of organization. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I knew where I was, but I was always into, and I don't even find it hard to dress anymore. Do you know what I find it very hard to dress for? Every day is fine. If I was going to somewhere, fine. Weddings, I hate dressing for weddings.
Oh, I like getting stuff for weddings. But you see, this is
No.
the thing, right? Because you probably put an effort in more often than I do,
Yeah.
you need to make an extra special effort for a wedding.
Yeah, but do you know what?
Whereas
I
I'm
think
like,
that it is that
yeah,
probably. And do you know what Mackay would say to me? Like, if we're going out for something to eat, and Mackay is very casual. So, if we're going out for something to eat, she'd just say, "Oh, jeez, Mackay, like, what are you wearing?" Like, and I'd say, "What do you mean, what I'm wearing? We're only going out for something to eat. Can you not wear something?"
well, this
No,
is your casual today.
but this is my casual today.
That's her casual. Like a sequence leopard print jacket is her casual. Whereas I actually had a different rig out on me and I had to change because I looked like a milkmaid when I
Yeah.
sat down to record. It was shocking.
This is my casual
Yeah,
today.
that's
But well, you know what? Can I just say to you, like, I only have a little black
It's-
vest
yeah,
on, a
it's
little pair of
comfy.
leathers, and then this is a little jacket that I picked up in Shein. Absolute God bless Shein.
God bless it.
And you know
Um,
what? It's a Shein Hun. It used to be Penny's
Yeah.
Hun, but now it's Shein Hun.
It's Sheen on, yeah. And it's and it's all about what you like and what you're comfortable with. And people talk about labels and sizes and everything and this, that, and the other. Like I've often picked up bits and pennies. I've often picked up in
That's
bits
what I
and
mean. You don't
Tesco's.
have to
In
spend a
Dunnes stores.
fortune.
You
You
don't
don't
have
have
to
to spend a fortune.
No.
And I think you know what? Sometimes, like, I do think there is definitely a thing where I know we say we can wear anything and anybody can wear anything, but yet there isn't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No.
There is like I love somebody to wear clothes and they look so different and they're themselves and they're unique and they're quirky and they're a little bit different.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to be themselves and show themselves. But there is a thing where you'd say to you, like, there is things you can't wear.
You can't wear. Well, it depends.
Now I don't think it's age defined.
No, it's not. I tell you what it is. It's all about confidence as well.
Yeah.
When I went to meet you last week, I wore a dress. Right, it was a mesh dress. She's obsessed
Gorgeous.
with
I love mesh
mesh
dresses.
dresses.
Lads, if you
I've
haven't got
never-
a mesh dress, get yourself a mesh
Yeah,
dress.
I
Because
have a
I
mesh
tell you
dress.
why. They have an underlayer.
Yeah.
And the underlayer is what actually holds everything in. And then they have this mesh overlayer, which I'm only hoping that she doesn't really like them dresses.
Yeah,
Get
I'm
it
like,
off her.
this is what I like when she says mesh dress.
Yeah, because she's sitting there the other day and she looked $1 million.
I was pulling at it. I was like, oh, I don't
And
know.
I was going, you keep pulling at that old dress there, love.
I
and I'll
like the
take
dress
that.
that just hangs there. The short on hangs there.
Yeah.
But I had the mesh dress on, right? And I had this gorgeous blue coat that I got on Curve Wow for like
Gorgeous.
€15 or something. It
But
was
the colour was
class.
fabulous.
Colour was stunning. Mad about
Yeah.
the colour. Put the coat on over the mesh dress and then I got really lazy and I put my runners on. And I'm like, I didn't feel
That's the other
right.
thing curvy people don't wear.
What?
Colour.
Colour.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a bit of colour.
So do I.
Yeah.
I love to be seen.
I like to be seen. Yeah. I like something that's bright though. I like something bright.
Well, God forbid I wouldn't be seen.
God, definitely wrong. It seems a mile away. But anyway, I was going to a concert then the other night, and I said, you know what? I put on a black dress, and I was putting on the coat, but this time I put on my boots.
Yeah.
So I put on my knee-high boots, my dress, and the coat over it.
And gorgeous.
Felt completely different.
Yeah.
Felt, because I put the extra effort in. Now, look at lads, there's only two things I live in, is shoes, runners or dancing shoes, one or the other, mainly runners. But in the odd time I'd break out the boots, but it did make the difference.
It does make a difference.
Just that little twitch. Yeah. My dog is going.
And we don't always
back on
get
me
it
next
right.
time. Quash him over it.
Oh,
Huh?
he'd be grand.
He'd be
We
grand.
don't always get it right though.
No, I don't. I'm very bad. And I'm not very bad, but like I'm a lazy dresser. Like you're
Nicola, there's times I look at pictures even of mine,
Yeah.
like, and I'd be going, oh, Janie McNash Fawn, like,
Yeah, but I can guarantee it's comfortable.
oh, it's comfortable.
Yeah, I'm a lazy dresser. I will not buy anything unless it's comfortable, and I'm not going to be pulling at it or anything like that. I got a stunning dress. I have a wedding coming up as a guest later on in the year, and I got a stunning dress to wear to the wedding. And it came, and I tried it on, and I was like, "Oh dear baby, Jesus, I'm going to have to be pulling at that, or pulling the sleeve, and fixing this." Just parsed it up and sent it back. I'm like, "That's not for
No.
me." Comfort for me is first, whereas you like style.
I like style.
Yeah, I'm comfort. Like
I do. I like
yeah.
style. I like,
Yeah,
and I like to be a little bit edgy. I like to push boundaries a little bit.
yeah.
I like to wear things that I like to wear. And I don't think, as I say to you, it's age defined. I think definitely if you can wear it and it suits you.
It's not, style is not, look at your one. What was the Iris, what you call her?
Oh, yeah, she was
She's
amazing,
100 and
wasn't
something
she?
years
Yeah.
of age. Like style is not defined by like, it's how you wear it.
And it's a
what you're
part, and I
into.
definitely think, you
personal
know what,
choice.
in all honesty, if you do build up that confidence through whatever way you can,
Yeah.
I definitely think you actually pull off a lot more, because people aren't necessarily, I think people buy people.
Oh,
I
people
definitely
do
think
buy
they
from
buy
people.
people.
Yeah.
And I definitely think, okay, your appearance is the first thing that somebody sees about you. But I think if you have this, this gorgeous personality, I definitely think that they'll go to that first.
Yeah, but again, it comes to confidence. So
Shoes, though.
shoes,
very
no,
important.
shoes, forget about it. This is a
Shoes
whole,
is
not
very
shoes,
important.
no. They
Yeah.
say two things you buy that's comfortable: shoes and a bed, because if you're not in one, you're in the other.
But come here and tell
Now,
you, if you were looking for a man,
see her.
if you were looking for a man, what would you look
Siobhan,
at?
the day after, but I wouldn't look at his shoes.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, it's the
JJ
first
definitely wouldn't have
thing.
married Ben
It's
Conley
the
anyway.
first thing you look at is the shoes.
No, it's not the first thing.
It is.
You are. It's a good job you met Willie when you were a youngster.
He
I
could
can
be
tell you.
shit.
The day after my wedding, right, we had a day two in the local down in Wells's in the pub, and Siobhan walked in with these sparkly ankle boots. Cowboy boots, were they? All I remember is the heel height on them.
Yeah.
I would have to go on a fast course to learn how to wear them. I swear to God.
What about the wedding?
I was in the wedding shoes. Forget about it. The big high ones.
The ones I wore for your
Yeah,
wedding.
I know.
I had to practice them.
My wedding shoes had a 5 centimeter heel. I took them off after the ceremony. She came in like stilettos. You could, skim a ceiling in them. They were that high.
No, but you know what?
And no,
The girls will tell you,
no,
right? Years ago, we used to go out dancing, right? And I'm not telling you, like, we never got off the floor. We danced and danced and danced. And like, I have to say, like, I have two friends that are very glamorous. They're very, very glamorous.
Yeah.
And
Look at me, I'm one of them. Obviously.
Of course. Not particularly big girls either, I have to say. But anyway, super glamorous, and they all wear heels.
Yeah.
Right. So we go dancing, and I would tell you, in all honesty, we would dance the night away. See that music stops. Right.
Yeah.
This is me going out.
Crippled.
I often walk down to the car park in my bare feet. I'm not telling you a lie.
Well,
We'll keep going as long as the music was going. And
I
I
can
wouldn't
tell
take
you.
them off even if it was at a wedding. You know the way you see people changing?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
That's
I went to a night in Dublin one night up in the city centre. I was going to the comedy club, and then we were going to a nightclub after, back in my younger days when I was cool and hip. And I had a pair of boots. Now, the heel on them were 3 inches, maybe?
3 inches, yeah.
Maybe 3 inches. I don't know.
It wasn't really the height.
3, I would say 4 at a stretch, but maybe between 3 and 4. And I thought, after the comedy club and walking up and down the steps to go to the toilet and going up to the bar and everything, I actually went into the toilet and I pulled the heels off of them boots.
You did not.
I pulled the heels off of them boots and I made them into
So you
flat
could-
boots, and I went to the nightclub and I danced all night in those heelless boots.
Well, if I seen
and
you in
had
that
a ball.
nightclub now, I wouldn't have went near you.
I just took the heels off. I couldn't stick it.
Yeah, but like if they were heels though, Nicola, your
They were
toe must have been up.
No. What are you on about?
Because they wear high heels like that.
Yeah.
So if you took the heel off, then your toe must
Siobhan,
be
they
up.
were too high. That's all I know. I just got rid of the heel and I danced all night. I can't be doing with that. Anyway, so what is it that makes you comfortable or uncomfortable, makes you confident or maybe, less confident? What kind of works for you in life in every way, not just fashion now, ladies, in every way? What makes you kind of more confident in who you are? So if you have any questions, we're going to wrap it up there for our very first episode of This Big Life podcast. If you have any questions, send them into our email.
You can email us on thisbiglife@yahoo.com.
Yeah.
You will find us on our page, Siobhan My Fab Curvy Life, or you will find it on Nicola Moore
Nicola Moore Celebrant and Siobhan My Fab.
Or you will find we're on all the platforms.
We're on the platforms.
Yeah.
We're on platforms except the ones that ring shoes. You
Exactly.
Never get me on
You'll
them
never
ones.
get her in those ones.
So anyway, thanks for tuning in.
Absolutely.
We enjoyed the first episode and we hope you have too. And
if there's a topic that you want us to talk about,
Yeah.
certainly put it into a message and send it our way. As I say to you, there is nothing off topic. We can talk about anything, whichever you want. I know Nicola has loads of bits and pieces that she knows to talk about.
Yeah. So we'll tune in and if you see on Spotify, you can leave a comment, let us know what you think.
Absolutely.
For now, take care, have a fabulous, fabulous day. And we will
talk to you all very soon. Take care.
Bye-bye. Bye.
We talk. Hey, you made it. Take a breath. This is your moment. Right here, right now. We talk big dreams, small steps, real days, messy hearts, and finding our way. Welcome to this big life where the way all things change.